You can watch me go.
Good afternoon. Welcome again to another installment of Castle Lager Paris Grand Challenge competition. We're on round 13, but unfortunately the two teams playing you today, they're still counting round 12, having played only 11 games each. And certainly a game here being hosted by the Wanderers, the Chiefs, hosting Pirates Rugby Club. Certainly a lot of history between these two, a whole 266 years between them. And obviously the Danforth Cup as well as amongst the things that's going to be the bragging rights coming to these two. While Pirates is ready to go, they've been readying, and I'm going to quickly go to their team here while we're waiting for the host to just grace us with their presence here, with the guard of honor waiting for them there on the inside. And certainly today it's my pleasure and privilege to be able to bring you this game, Lawrence Parker. Hope we can have a wonderful afternoon. The day is beautiful, crisp, bit of a breeze, but we know what happens when the sun goes down today. The fridges might be going open at the same time. But that being said, let's quickly go through the first team of Pirates Rugby Club. On the loose set, Dylan Bakos. Loose set is going to be coming short in there with Terry Blanche and Anthony Gallagher at the front rows. Second row is going to Kevin Durant, and Tyler Brown is going to be the engine room, and the loose foot is going to be Jabulani Mteni, Bryce Dean number 8, and Sean Otto on the open side, on the blind side flank, and the outside, on the inside backs is going to be Wesley Flanagan, Keegan Leveau, who's going to be pushing there in the inside, Aiden Kibido, Austin Van Heeren outside center, and on the wings, Puppet Master, the fullback, Devon Brown, who's going to be handling. On the left wing is Lax Mtepe, or Snetemba there, but they like to call him Lax. And on the right wing is going to be Jared Branco, who's going to be operating on the right. There's a bit of a shuffling during the week. It was supposed to be something else, and the coach came to me and said, listen, we did a bit of reshuffling, and Snezima Parker is going to be coming from the bench, a big, powerful winger. And the reserves is going to be Liam Laken, Ron van Staden, Wayne van Niekerk, Rinus Botma, Libo Geza, and Hema Estreisen, scrum of Duncan Delport and Snezi Mapanga on the outside backs. As obviously the Chiefs running on their own run to their team. Starting on the loose set is Freedom Simango, Ludem Vangeli, Patrick Fitzgerald. On the locks is Ron Heffer, Spusiso Ngobese, and that's the engine room. And on loose force is going to be controlled by the Abdul Momobolo, number 8. On the open side is going to be Asha Sibanda, and the blind side is going to be Blessing Nemapara. And inside backs is going to be Fiso Dlozi, Treasure Highway, moving from scrum half to fly half, and Tebohole Klapper, the captain, moving from fly half to number 12. Obviously, young man not being around here today, who's always been instrumental in number 12. And 13 is going to be Tuti Faber or Tati Faber, depending how you name him. And then obviously the back is going to be Kumani. Light change. Kumani Somialo is coming in here for light change. Obviously the man was supposed to start at fullback today, not be able to do so. The right wing is Seponong, and then the left wing is Junatsuma. As obviously kickoff here from the Chiefs, not controlled there by Pirates visitors, and obviously eventually decided to get it up there as Bakos considering cleaning up the situation. They're trying to exit as the Pirates, and taking it up as a big man there. Unfortunately not controlling that ball is Sean Otto. And obviously Ellis started a bit rusty, but physical at this point in time. The man in the middle, Mary Helper, Golden Lions, the referee is going to probably hurt the experienced hand at the helm. So obviously there are all those little tricks that one is trying to come up with today. Is not going to be happening in his watch. And there's Finnegan there, beg your pardon, Levu. Keegan Levu taking charge at general number 10. Having Kibero on his inside, and obviously on the outside Austin Van Heeren. Looking forward to that combination. It's going to be a short line out as Ter Blanche, the captain, does a quick throw in and obviously let it go. And they're going through the hands there. And obviously getting on the outside side is Jabulani Mteni. Bringing it back as scrum half before. Who does he get? It gets there. The left wing, unfortunately, left wing does a bit of a goose, Lax Mtepa. Unfortunately, not controlling it very well, and coming back as well. Covered there by the right winger Tseponong, looking after his men, marshalling him to the tee. But they were playing an advantage. I think here the Chiefs were slightly offside. Need to rectify that and making sure they get back. I mean, 2 penalties consecutive since the game has started. And Pirates listen, and they're going to go through the phases, go through the time. They got the forwards, they got the backs. Just need to mix it up properly. As Keegan Lavu just goes for touch. Obviously, I think we would have wanted more out of that kick. The Blunt is probably going to go for that next thing that works again. Is over 6+1. No, it's not going to be. Bringing in a short line out again. Who's a go-to man to Ranto Brown? Was it Sean Otto? Because they also line out option. Certainly well taken there in the middle. But a shift drive, a beautiful shift drive there from Pirates. Brown Lucy was a go-to man. And Flanagan is really not putting some flames into the engine of that pack. Get going. There's a ball over. Unfortunately, a good defending there from the Chiefs, forcing them out to the blanch. Just showing a bit of aggression. I think there was a bit of infringement there from the Chiefs. 3rd penalty in a row. I think the referee at some point need to have a word. It's too early for so many penalties in consecutive. But Pirates is not bothered. They know what they need to do. They need to use that pack forward very wisely. Line out option are going well so far. Getting the ball, trying to be innovative. Variation, galore. But the Blunt, I'm sure he wants to stabilize and keep things straight. Is Durant could have been the man to go to now. Quick throw in, doesn't even jump. A setup needs to go. No, someone needs to rub the ball. The Blanche, good sacking there from the Chiefs, but Flanagan gets it. We need some runners there. A bit of high tackle, high shot on the big man, Anthony Gallagher. But unfortunately, something must have gone wrong. And a try has been given. Big man certainly rolled and dived and certainly made sure he gets away with it. One big try there from the big man. Got me offside. I thought he was tackled to the canvas there, but he managed to use his body to good effect. Rolled out of the tackle and scoring that beautiful try there. The big man, Anthony Gallagher. Certainly a good try there for the big man to start with. And obviously using those men very wisely is going to be key here, because you don't want to have a tempered use the energy up too soon. 80 minutes is a long time if you use it incorrectly, but using those forwards correctly would actually become advantageous for them. Keeping it close, keeping them in the game, keep them busy, don't loosen up the game. I'm sure the Chiefs want to loosen up the game in anything to go by here. Levu knows that if this game is too loose early, it's going to be very difficult to actually try and strangle hold of the Chiefs. But keeping it loose, keeping it tight, keeping it structured, that's what actually suits Pirates here today. Conversion, I think went to the left, not converted. Let's have a look again. The big man going on the reverse angle there with duck and dive is manhandled. Actually, it's a pickup. It's not a big man. It's actually, he lost it in contact. Trying to pick up the number there. Must have been Kibiro. Looks like Kibiro did a great job there in actually making sure salvage the situation, because that was lost in contact, but lost backwards. A good luck, and obviously I need to correct that one, the big man. Maybe next time you're supposed to score a try. But today I think Kibiro is going to have this one. Restart there from the Chiefs, not controlled again by Pirates. Brought down there by the favor. Bringing back the force is actually well hit in contact there at the Chiefs. Man coming in closely, there's a bit of a high given pass there from Letlapa. I beg your pardon, is a Treasure Highway is operating at fly-half today. So used to him operating a scrum half and Letlapa at fly-half. I'll have to quickly get used to that combination again today. It's a new one you can see, but the clinicness and the service there, that's actually, you can see those guys haven't played together for a while. But it's so close, you need to get hold of that man very quickly. Now obviously Treasure and Iowa needs to actually talk to him very sharply and actually show him his early indication what he wants to do, not late things. And the club, unfortunately, here is going to be operating from the inside center. I don't know how far he is from the action with ball in hand, but in terms of defense, he's going to be in thick of things. As Wesley Flanagan is about to actually feed into the scrum here. Lucette Dylan Bakers, coach here for under nines for Trinity. Primary champions can brag nicely, pick up there from number 8. The Dean takes up and over, bringing it back there, keeping it close, keeping it in field, keeping the force, keep the momentum as well. He needs to go clean now, make sure he plays scrum off his Dean. Obviously double pump pass there, even outside there to the front. Here and doesn't actually need any assistance. Certainly a quick ball there was key for Pirates, and obviously keep making sure that there's no rucks created. Even the sharpest of teams, and which is the Chiefs in terms of loose play, were unable to do so. Let's have a look again how this was constructed. Obviously blindside they've been taken. Flanagan taking up, having to clean the number 8. Instigator having to play scrum half, and then a nice play from Levo. Nice key pass there to the outside center Van Heerden. Austin Van Heerden certainly got it on a draft, and certainly with that pace it's easy to do. Defense was in 6s and 7s, really chasing some serious leather here. Anything didn't go by in early stages. I mean, under 10 minutes already beating the score. The score is beating the scoreboard in terms of time. That's going to be the race. If there's going to be the things that are going to be handled here. It's going to be a quick game, surprisingly enough, considering our Pirates really forwards that really want to play with the open play. The voice on the 10-meter line, just outside the 22. Should be a formality, but easy for me to say. He needs to actually make sure it is a formality. Certainly does. Just adding those two again. Beautiful conversion there from Level. Keegan Level. Putting a fly, so it's going to be a very fast game today by the look of things. And certainly Japan Rugby there for spectators, that's all they want to see today. Keeping the ball, giving it some air. And the man in the middle is going to have less things to do if the game is flowing. Pro Lehueta. Another restart there from Aiwe. It decides to go to the left-hand side, this time not well controlled again. Keep it all cleans up, but that quick play there. There's a man operating with the number 24 jersey. Suppose this is Jared Brancos, obviously must have forgot his number 14 at home, but will operate with that one, and obviously being brought back for the force, keeping it close as Sean Otto. Beg your pardon, is actually Tyler Brown. Skip pass there to the big captain, Terblanche. Takes out one, but not go very fast. Speed wobble created there by the Chiefs. Quick play again there from the little scrum half there, Wesley Finnegan. But he ran out of options, but ran out of numbers to play with. So these jerseys must have been slightly confusing for the players as well. The man is running number 17 jersey today. I hope it's actually Ron van Staden. And Anthony Gallagher probably didn't make it to the game today. Another penalty just outside the 22. 5 meters from the line. Another easy exit here for Pirates Rugby Club, who are lying number 2, have played 11 games, won 9, lost 1, drew 1. 50 points in a points tally, lying just behind the front runners there. Booker, Northwest University, for the club is absolutely brilliant for them to rely on that position, and they will probably want to remain in that position, keep the status quo as it is. Option there looks like it's going to be Tyler Brown, well taken, well dropped. He needs to come and control and drive the pass from behind his captain, Sheldon Terblanche. Well set drive maul here. This time is not collapsed early enough. A little scrum half wants to play Flanagan, but the captain is not letting go. He feels like the momentum is in his side, and why would he let go when he's actually running on skirts going forward at the moment? I think advantage is due here. There's a lot of black jerseys, a lot of Chief jerseys hanging on, catching a loft in the process. I think that door might have been brought down illegally. Some players lying on the floor here, and certainly it is good drive there from the Chiefs. And now, because they came in illegally, so that's why that thing will remain with the Paris Rugby Club. The ref will have to have a word. I mean, coming out of that mess as well as a captain as well. How did he find himself into a line more, into a driving more as well, trying to help his force? Clearly, they were moving backwards at 100 knots an hour, trying to fix that, and obviously getting a word from the referee as well as the captain. If he has anything to do with it, he's not going to have an argument. He says this is what it is, this is law. No argument is going to take place. But that's the end of it. Next one actually goes, I think it's going to be a yellow card. While he's having a conversation, he's taking that opportunity, fixing his boot at a time, and that's a nice good tactic as well, to buy a bit of time, a conversation time with the ref. but he's going to still have the penalty while he's fastening his shoes. Unfortunately, it's difficult to be a captain when you're not part of the pack of forwards. You really want to be in the mix of things, yeah? That's why a lot of coaches prefer to have a number 8, a flanker or hooker, to be part of that, because he's actually got a pulse of what is happening. Usually scrum ups as well tend to be very close, but he's been leading this team very well. He's been inspirational, considering having played 11, 0 to answer, 0 lost. So it's been tough. I mean, the closest have come is against Alberton, probably the first game in the first round was about 10 points. The rest has been very high. So certainly guys will really find some inspiration somehow, some way. Looks like it's going to be a 6+1 here. And I can tell you the man at the back is Jabulani Mcheni. It's going to be the rapper to give it back to Terblanche again as he comes there. Front Rwanda Rios, front starting, and the drive is on, but it's a bit loose this time. But eventually gets there. I think must be the man open side. I will actually never release that ball to start with. As Mcheni, Jabulani Mcheni, the 25-year-old, certainly kept it for himself. Good variation, no contest at the back, taken there by the big man Bryce Dean. Trying a bit of hold, but they managed to actually keep control and over the man. That was very important here. Right in the middle, of being small does help as well. Jabulani Mcheni just hit among those big tight fives, and certainly great job there from the visiting team. As Levu sets up here to actually convert. Check now with that one if it was converted. Watching the scoreboard very closely, the eye just got in our view here. Touch judges might have a clearer view. One seemed the conversion was also missed. The score remains 17-0. Treasure Highway getting ready to restart again. They need to find some inspiration somewhere as Wanderers. Another kick here, decided to come back to the right again. One thing that has happened is obviously control of that kick is Paris, and able to do so. The right wing long picks it up, but is well held up by Kevin Durant. Pack of forwards certainly making sure that ball is not going anywhere. Is the ref gonna let it go? Where is it coming for? Certainly the ball has come out on the other side. Illegally tried to be played here. Quick play there, obviously quick hands there from the big forwards, showing the backs how it's supposed to be done. Beautiful hands there from the big fellas. Unfortunately that ball goes to ground here from Sean Otto, not passing to nobody. But they've got another chance of correcting this again. Bringing it up again as a right winger. He comes up, is not attended to beats one, beats two. Judd Bronco certainly comes to ground and obviously got reinforcements ready. Going to the right is a little scrum of Flanagan. Treasure Highway. I beg your pardon, Levu. Just passed, but it was actually sort of a retreating, not a good pass. And captain comes up with a clapper, trying to fight for every scrap they can get. The ball is not controlled at track time here. Paris but found that it was slightly offside from that pickup from Captain De Clappe. For some reason came up with the goods, came up with the ball. Mix of things not well controlled. I see another guy who's on the field is Kolisa Kalushe with jersey number 23. There's a serious reshuffling of players here, considering a lot of injuries happening with Wanderers Club. I mean, the players really putting in week out and week out, and I really have to admire their enthusiasm and their effort in actually showing up every week, making it a game. No team has actually had it easy against them. Might have given a lot of points, but they certainly put up a fight as far as they can. And the captain does a terrible mistake. They've been brought back. There's a little scrum of Flanagan, takes it to the middle, bringing everyone involved. Just losing his footing there slightly. Oh, no. Pick up the quick play there from Nong, gets the ball. Try to beat one. Unfortunately, keep the ball alive. Bit of a loose throw there, but obviously Force have been closer to get it back. Gomez tries to clean up. Kramas need to be closing. Gets on big man and Simango. It's been a while since he had a ball in his hand, and obviously Closey comes in again. His direction, there's no direction. Iowa comes in eventually to come assist. Some cleaners are required to get there. Closey gets a clean ball again, but I think there's some sticky fingers from the open side. I hear Jabulani Mcheni there. Quick tap there from the list scrum of Closey. Nong gives it, and it's actually got nowhere to go to. Mount Mapara comes back into support. Need a scrum off, and it's certainly not getting the ideal one. But I would just get it off the quickly, but not controlling contact. Unfortunately, the Chiefs guilty not looking for after their ball at this point in time. Trying to fasten up the game, sometimes you just need to be patient. You haven't had a lot of ball, but the one ball that you have, you need to just buy time. Find your structure, because there's a bit of loose things happening at the moment. Obviously, Captain Sheldon having a bit of word or two with the ref as to what could be going wrong. I think they were found offside there because the game being frantic. It's very difficult for big guys to actually keep up with the game. Are they going to go for 3 points here? Are they going to go for the juggler? Captain certainly doing the right thing. There's a lesson. I'll certainly take the 3 points. Well, it's right in front of the poles. I can't imagine he's going to miss this one. Don't mean to jinx the man. Captain, my captain, don't disappoint me. I've already given you my points. Don't take it away from me, please. Bit of a self-relief here as well, because in a while, I mean, it's been just under 20 minutes. They've been under the cosh. 3 tries already under the belt for Pirates. 2 of them not converted. But certainly, the Chiefs started very well here. Well received. Well, that's how you're supposed to receive the kick after scoring. But need to make sure keep the ball going in their favor as they get looking for some gaps. And certainly they need to make sure it works. Big the contact point, control the ball, good cleaning from Khalushe. But I think that Jersey 23 certainly did not Kolisa Khalushe. We'll probably get to the bottom of it at some point of the day. Iowa gets it. Who does it give him? Simango's a bit high in contact there. Well met there by the big Kevin Durant, the 27-year-old, but unable to keep him down. I think dragging the scrum off in there because it does get it, doesn't give it clean. But the captain, my captain, Chip and Chase, is it working out? Oh, it's unfortunate. I think maybe directly out as well because I think it was not under the protection of the 22. Yeah, just a terrible mistake that the action was happening outside the 22. Quick tap there from Levu. Gets away, he's not stragged, it's actually takes some meters, good cleaning there. Miss Grandma Flanagan comes in and gives it to captain. My captain Terblanc beats one. No, he's standing on his feet, keeping it alive. Bringing it back, Kibiro does a double pump skip behind the back. Who does it get again? Is outside center, Van Heerden. Cruising at altitude. Certainly this man's got some gas. He's hardly got out of second gear. And he's on for his second one already. Quick heads up play here from Flanagan with Terblanc. Dummies. Realize no one is buying it and keeping his feet as well. Chicken wing coming out of the double pump. Dummy run there from the lock. And obviously inside Kevin Durant pulling about 2 guys. And obviously that man with jet shoes, Van Heerden, Austin, must be Austin Powers with Austin Martin. Certainly showing some gas there. Would really like to see getting the ball with a one-on-one if he's got some feet as well, magic feet to get on. But at this point in time, I think the scoreboard needs to be corrected. 22 points. I think the scoreboard on the field, and this one is clashing a bit. But I think the correct one is 22 points to 3. I think could be just more if these 2 points get over. Oh, beautiful conversion. Okay, so I think the 20. Yeah, folks, I think we need to correct the scoreboard. The line is messing with eyesight here at the moment. I think this man has been at jet shoots. He's been converting everything at the moment, 4 out of 100%. So certainly 28 points to 3 is the correct score. Well done. Again, not controlling that kickoff. But I think it's time the protection of Region 10 is going to advantageous the visitors. And certainly this time it's like we're not taking that run. As tricky it might look, might be a blessing in disguise, because really all the kicks that have been kicked to them haven't been really controlled it very well, but managed to salvage the situation, get out of jail, and still got 28 points to count for it as well. Scum is taking pace here to feed his Pirates. Wesley Flanagan. I think Baker's here needs to just make sure he opens up the gate, channel 1. Give Bryce Dean the opportunity to pick and go, or to allow this little scrum out to play whatever direction. They do have a bit of field to use right in the middle, a good scrum. Then Dean picks it up, it does 8-9, which is not 8-9, it's 8-10 reverse pass. To the inside pass, Flanagan comes into action now. Cleaners are required. Paris trying to keep the ball alive here, but not controlling the contact environment. In able to do so and get advantage, you need to make sure you dominate your tackler. Coming in there, nice pop pass there to the lock combination. Kevin Durant and Taylor Brown making some wonders in the middle, showing everyone how it's supposed to be done. There's some players holding the ball on the ground here. Unfortunately, there's something there. I think captain holding the ball on the ground. I think the ref has had enough. Speaking to the captain himself, I think he might have been guilty himself at Tebogo. The Clapper holding the ball down there. Good play there from between the locks. Tyler Brown just showing a short pass, cheeky pass to Durant, getting some serious mileage. And the ref says the warning has been given. Next one actually infringes in this area. He's going to have to sit about 10 minutes to rethink the situation. But the discipline has been very poor. Keegan Levu gets a bit of touch. Nice touch here. I think a lot of things might be happening here. The drive is in order. Is it a full man? Just looking at the numbers, I think they've got another 5+1 this time. Having brought Sean Otto as a rapper, was actually 6 men. 6+1. A nice inside pass to the flanker. Otto, as he go all the way, just shovels one and certainly cannot be handled. Man handles everyone. Beautiful variation there from Pirates. Haven't we seen this movie before? Well orchestrated. Let's have a look again if you missed it. Beautiful line out. Dummy in front. Go run to the front. Pull the defense open. Nice take there from Bryce Dean. And obviously delivery is key. But what a beautiful take there from Sean Otto. Not been controlled by little scrum of Closey. Hanging on for Delav reinforcement. Late. I mean, 2 of them literally couldn't bring the man down. And actually 5-pointer with a kick to come. Things are looking bright here for Pirates, having their cake and eating it. Already got a bonus point within the first half, and they've been collecting quite a bit. This is going to be their 10th bonus point. Certainly a good count, Taylor. this one out. Yeah, miss it again. Conversion is good. Jet shoes, certainly some boots there that have been polished this afternoon. And good job there, obviously having a smile in his face. I mean, the scoreboard is really the scoreboard is outshining the clock at the moment. 35 points to 3. We just shy of 20 minutes of play. City just under 30 minutes of play in the first half. The Chiefs need to find some inspiration somewhere. I had an opportunity to come watch a bit of the games earlier. Certainly do have a lot of talent. Good take this time, not controlled again from Durant. It's been a story of their lives here. These kickoffs have really been an Achilles heel for him. He gets it, goes from Simang goes high again. Certainly easy target. Certainly double hit them on him by the backs. Taken back on his track. A beautiful take there. Unfortunately, Iowa tries to beat one. Unfortunately, chip and chase. That's the only option that was left in its arsenal here. But giving the ball back to the fullback here is unfortunately, left winger Laxim Zepa here certainly had too many options. And one of them is settling was not in order. It's a knock-on. Obviously, Champagne Drag was in order here by Devon Brown, who certainly wanted to keep it alive. Getting out of jail card here is certainly what Lux gave the Chiefs. Now the Chiefs have to certainly get involved there. But I must say that jersey 23 must be an issue with the jersey size. And I'll stick to Fitzgerald, who probably forgot his 3 jersey. Now he's rolling around in jersey 23. Slightly tucked under his shoulder, Vangeli's shoulder there. Clearly his direction is to come straight into Terre Blanche. If Bakos is not going to hit him out, he's really going to put Terre Blanche under pressure. Good scrum there from the Pirates, pushing him back, but a quick ball. Channel 1 is out. Iowa Damisius pop and Sedley selling his men to the highest bidder there, Tutti Favor. Sedley controlling the ball in contact. Close, he gets it, bringing back Mababolo. Mababolo is met with some force from the scrumming forwards. We just got up and see some black jerseys coming in. Long chance. Oh! I think it was a slight late tackle from the big men. And Ruana van Staden, I don't think it was intentional. But certainly just a late tackle, just miscalculated. And Long realized he's not going to go around this one. And he's certainly going to get canvas here. But certainly quick feet, quick thinking got him out of trouble. Let's have a look again. Quick play there, obviously ball in hand. Ball it was a bit of nothing happening, trying to create something new. Certainly got a coat hanger there. He pulled out, didn't follow through. He's lucky didn't follow through. Coming in there as a big man. Vangeli just actually held up with contact as well. Again, he's got an issue here. Been running upright and being held up by 2 players. Ball has been carried in and ball has been called. Good job there from Jabulani Mchengeni with Kevin Durant doing their best to make sure they don't make it easier for Freedom. Simang needs to drop that shoulder. He's a big man, certainly a big man running upright is as good as a chicken running into the oven to be cooked. That's exactly what happened there, because you're really not going to get anything right in that position, considering you're running against people who can tackle. Scrum time here for Pirates again. Option here is on. We've got a slight of a blind on the left hand side, but I don't think they'll want to use that. Yet to see 8, 9, 11 attacking the southern side, which is really unseen, because the scrum up is probably worried about chasing on the open. It's the only time that is probably going to happen. Let's see what they're coming with here. Some reshuffling, some reorganizing. Patrick Fitzgerald here, I think I might as well probably just write it down. Jersey 23, but I can't imagine. We've got another player here, bringing 23, says Polisa Halushe, but he's probably going to come up with a different number. Scrum is set. Not a really right shoulder, but they're gonna operate it. Keep it. Does another pump there to bring in a left winger. Set it. Oh, right. Actually got a ball and Branco. Jared Branco actually getting him ball, but not a really good delivery from him. Good defensive effort there from Junior Tuma. Certainly they're trying to attack from deep within their own half in their 22. Almost got away with it as well. Just getting in the left winger involved in Lux. And Tepa there coming in, unfortunately. Just that final delivery from the fullback was not very clean, putting pressure on Jared Branco there to be able to handle. But I think they were playing under advantage again. Probably a slight high tackle. It looked like a coat hanger similar to the one we see from the big man wearing jersey number 17, Ron van Staden. But another opposition position here that Pirates is too well familiar with. Dylan Bakers just marching his troops to the line. Although from the back it seemed like a 5-man option here. 6 men again. Same, but this time the variation is not coming in. A drive is in order. The ball is channeled back to Terre Blanche. That is going to be a cruise control situation from captain. I think it might have been a truck and trailer situation. Unfortunately, I think when it broke down, they needed to actually break away. The referee says no. Not happy with that breakaway. Sorry, Kepi. Sigh of relief here for the Chiefs. Treasure High will now have to know the pleasure of actually kicking themselves out of their own 22. Hope he kicks it out this time. Certainly does into the cheap seats. What a good find as well, right on the halfway line. Having a chance, a red chance now to attack. Hopefully they've got their ducks in a row this time. Defending team ready before they do. Usually if the defending team is there early, they can have everyone there. As soon as they get there with their numbers, then they can decide to throw out some guys because they were there early. 5-man option. Let's see what the Chiefs are coming with. Vangeli, who do you get? Oh, good contest there from Durant, and certainly taking his opposite man under pressure. My captain said, my bus is full, and then the second one, no one can catch a left. Chip and chase, does he have the wheels? Terre Blanche certainly was short of wheels. Everything was made there. Good cover-up tackle there from the little scrum off. I think the ball there was well controlled. I think the slap knock on there from the Chiefs trying to play that ball very quickly. What a play there from the captain, showing a pair of wheels, showing a pair of skills. Certainly something very nice to see from a big man. I'm sure the wingers and the outside backs can probably learn one or two things. That props are not only made for scrummaging on how they do the dirty work, they can also show a very pair of wheels, a pair of skills. Unfortunately, the jet shoes was one thing that was missing in that whole mix. But certainly did show a lot. Running over people, pushing people out of the way, changing balls. And Chip and Chase certainly done like a pro, but just forgot his jet shoes at home, or if he has one. That's all he needed to complete that whole sequence of play. Beautiful play there from the captain. Certainly his engine is actually well tuned. Nothing wrong with his breathing. Suppose it helps if you're playing forward. And it's certainly a great opportunity to have an 8-man scrum just to delay the exit of that ball. Number 8 says, no, I've got other plans. 8, 9, 14. Who's coming in to get? Ah, yes. Even the coach couldn't have scripted that one even better. Old classic 8, 9, 4 play there. Obviously, Finnegan, Dean, and bring him in. Jared Branco into the mix. Well orchestrated, forward momentum. Beautiful indeed. Let's have a look again. That only can happen when a tight head has done his job. Ron van Staden certainly giving that angle. Number 8 picking up and go. Pro was probably wannabe tackler. And Damiran was given the thing that fullback Damiran was actually key as well because it held the left winger in position. Beautiful try there from Jared Branco. Now Pirates cruising nicely here. Probably this is gonna be the challenging kick. On the touchline, I mean, most of them were pretty easy. And as expected, the scoreboard is losing this race in the first half. Depending with the two coming or not. Let's see what this man does. Kevin Leroux. Oh! This man cannot miss, even if he wants to. He's been excellent with the boot today. Why not? You can smile, young man. You deserve it. Absolute 100% today. We've got 6 tries, 6 conversions. Pirates certainly in cruise control here. Well, I suppose one must appreciate as well that they're really not disrespecting the Chiefs. They're just putting him to the sorted wheel. And for remember now, coach only wants to see when you're playing a team that's really not putting up much resistance is to do the skills as best of your ability. Let's see now, one thing that's really been struggling with is the receipt kick. But I think there might have been an early shove there on Durant. But that actually worked in their favor. Kibiro beats 1, beats 2. Who does he need ball in 2 hands? Actually, the support. Who is he getting? Oh, he's center parrying, and certainly this time getting it wrong. He is human after all. Just offloading when it was not necessary to offload outside center van Heerden. Chiefs trying to run out of trouble here. I think certainly the kickoffs were not really that great, but they managed to make anything of it. Who's getting that ball now? The fullback coming in there, Devon Brown. Skip pass it to the right winger. Is he going to be kept? No. Kantolagala. The right winger, Jared Branco, says, listen, I'm going to have mine. And certainly this is it. Oh my goodness, it's really not happening here for the Chiefs. Let's have a look again. Terrible kick. Turned into absolute gold. Well received by the fullback, Devon Brown. Wind pulls 2 players, and obviously that winding up ball in 2 hands just held enough defenders to actually have a look at him long enough to give Jared Branco the opportunity to go for a brace. Another kick, similar position here. Let's see this time slightly inwards, just inside the 5. Well, if you could put over the one before that, this one should just be a formality as well. The kicking has been very good from this man. Keegan Levu is 100%. Flags. I think this time stay down. Well, converted. Yeah, this man has certainly got it on. Clicking down 49 with another just under a minute. Chiefs taking their time to get there. A lot of frustration there from Simang. I don't know what is he frustrated about. Is it a scoreboard? Is it a lackluster performance from his team? Or is it something that needs to happen? I was saying earlier, man, this team is not short of talent. Just have advantage of not having those players come practice. You got to reward players who come to practice. Unfortunately, that's a club system. And the ones who actually rock up on a Saturday or maybe on a Thursday night to just have a captain's and run, unfortunately, can only do second or third. Unfortunately, I'm sure the rules can be rewritten. If I was coach of Chiefs, I certainly would use everyone at my disposal. Oh! The one time Van Heeren gets it right, I think captain is going to have a rest. That was absolutely dangerous tackle, and obviously it was not meant, just bad timing from the captain. Is it just miscalculation, or is it just terrible frustration from his side? Certainly the captain leading by bad example there. And obviously that kick was a bit too deep here for the number 10 to actually give. Let's have a look again. He can count himself very lucky. He landed beautifully. Might have kissed a rugby ball, but I think the bounce on it as well. Aerial skills of this man is out of this world. Austin Van Heeren, I think he actually did very well of landing the way he did. Could have gone pear shape here. Could have been ugly if he actually let go of everything in the air. But you can see he's got some cat in him. Not just jet shoes, but some flying stars as well. Because certainly how he twisted himself in the air to make sure he lands perfectly. Only he knows how he did it. Captain going for a shorter line out this time. The man who's going to receive is Brown. Drive there, receipt collected by Mcheni. Captain coming to collect for the goods. Collapse. Is it legally or not legally? Oh no, this man didn't release the ball. Well done to Mcheni there. Unfortunately, I think the collapse was illegal because the maul has already started. You're not allowed to bring it. If there's any collapsing, it needs to happen immediately. But here, another opportunity. Getting a bit closer, I say Keegan Levu. I think they're going to go for another short line out. This time they got more numbers. It was a bit of a 4+1. Now this time is a 6 men. Obviously, you've seen this one split, then obviously variation. And they're going to repeat that same variation. No! Kevin Durant left the ball in the air, which is unfortunate. That's a basic error. That's exactly what coach didn't want to see. Guys getting too comfortable in their core jobs, and certainly that was his taker. He wanted to drop and let the ball be sketched. I beg your pardon. He wanted to be ripped from him as well. Before he could come down, he's already come down with his hands. But they've got another chance if he just begs. Dylan Baker's there to put pressure on his opposite number. They might just actually win the penalty, get his ball back one way or the other. But one of those reasons is to actually have an 16-man feet on the ground. An 8-man scrum, that's what is going to be required. And certainly considering with the pressure, Dylan Baker's already got a shoulder. This time they need to just focus and come through the hooker. And they did get everyone on the back foot here. Unfortunately, I think Patrick Fitzgerald is starting on the back foot because he's behind his hooker. Something they really need to look at, and he needs to get ahead. He needs to make contact with his front man. Can't allow the hooker to actually take the hit first. Ludem Vangeli probably was arguing about that. Like, listen, we need a right shoulder. We're starting on a negative shoulder, and certainly everything can go pear-shaped from there. Let's see what they can do here. Hopefully, Jabulani Mchene is not only worrying about chasing here, he needs to scrum first. Everyone needs their hands on deck. Remember, defense can be turned into attack depending how you do it. Channel 1 is required from the Chiefs. A good shove there from Pirates. And the ball does come out. Who picks it up? The scrum up on the opposite side. The try is scored. Beautiful rip there from Jabulani Mchene. But Wesley Flanagan was the hands on deck. Beautiful scrum. Ball popped up. He was the man to pick it up and certainly catching his own man unaware. Hlozi was found sleeping here. Channel 1 was required. But the timing of that scrum was good from the Pirates. Scrum was at the back to recede, but nothing came out of the ball. Pumped on the side, as an oppositor should do. Jabulani Mchene was there. He said, listen, young man, I'll clean on you, I'll rip from you, but I'll take the ball instead. Certainly coming back, coming for Brace as well. The guys are just showing off here with Brace. Is one of these guys going to have a hat trick today? There's a possibility. But one man who's having his day today with the kicking boat is certainly Kevin Levu. Chiefs certainly now halftime. I'm sure this is going to be last play. Didn't pick up that one. I'll double check at halftime. I think that is a halftime whistle, guys. And certainly Chiefs here trailing 57, or is it 59? Oh, 56 points to 3 at halftime. Let's have some oranges, some juices, some magic for Wanderers, but it's certainly something they need in the second half. Welcome back to the second half of the Kasalaga Pirates Grand Challenge. Yeah, where Wanderers are hosting Pirates Rugby Club, and certainly the hosts are running the house like they own the building. And welcome back to those ones who are watching all over the world. Shout out to Murphy. Hope you have your six-pack of Kasalaga, mate. And certainly enjoy the game, and certainly champagne rugby is happening here. But certainly beer is the order of the day. And obviously the Mvangeli here is having a word with the ref. I don't know if he's negotiating his way, or he's negotiating his sympathy for the second half, so the ref can actually look on both sides. Unfortunately, it's difficult for the ref to look on both sides when one team is scoring and the other's not. He's only have to look what's actually legal and illegal. About to restart the game here as the man in the middle, Keegan Levu, has certainly been operating like a serious general. Hasn't been missing a thing. Those boots haven't been polished, but certainly we're kicking like he bought him yesterday. Absolutely magic. 100%, 8 out of 8. Full house. And may he continue. I mean, there's another 40 minutes of that. Can they beat the first time score? Guys are going to be more tired. He goes deep. Who receives? Oh, controlled there by the blindside flanker. Gomez. Blessing Mapara, but certainly running into trouble there. The Chiefs, oh, I think some reinforcement from the Chiefs have come on, from the Pirates. I think it's Ron van Staden now, who's actually the big man, has come on to actually control with no jersey in his back. I suppose that situation there, Anthony Gallagher was playing with jersey 17, maybe forgot this is home. Big number 8 comes away, Abdul, but I think uncontrollable situation there. Dylan Baker's trying to hustle him down, managed to do just enough. If I look at those numbers again, if I get it right now, I think 23, jersey 17, somebody forgot their jersey at home. I must assume Anthony Gallagher was playing in the first half, coming in starting. Ron van Staden obviously having no jersey number. Coming in attacked was Wayne van Niekerk, beg your pardon. Jersey number 3 is actually going to be Achilles heel for me. Hopefully there's only one prop that's going to be playing the whole 80s, Dylan Bakos. So Ron van Staden, Anthony Gallagher, you guys must work it out. But I think this time now I might actually be sure when Van Niekerk is a big man, was coming to Enkaya, get some freedom, Simango. When the reserve has also come on here, Liam Lakan, who's replaced the captain. Beautiful scrummer, upwards it is, obviously reserves are all there. Even Hammer Estreisen has come onto the field. There comes a man who's already got 2 in his hand as Van Heerden. I think unfortunately the tackler not releasing. Hammer is like, I'm not waiting for no one, not 10. I think might be playing under advantage. Lackham takes it up, and obviously a couple of reinplacement come on. Botman's also coming into action, coming back into Lacan. Lacan has got full of energy. Ball is actually kept alive. Whoa, my goodness. The man with jersey 24. Let me double check. Is it 24? Yes, certainly it is. And then the man who's been busy in the first half playing at fullback is Devon Brown. Let's have a look again how he orchestrated that. Ball in action. Botman takes a few good, clean and quick ball there from Lacan. Dummies and shows, and obviously keeping the ball alive. No ruck again. Dummies and shows again. The jersey number 24 here. I must assume is Devon Brown because he's playing from the start. Guys are not playing with the correct numbers, so if I don't get your name right, I do apologize. Unfortunately, I'm only working with what I have, and certainly Pirates gone to the scoreboard again. Early stages, just under 5 minutes with a kick to come here. The man has been kicking well in the first half. Hopefully the oranges didn't affect his radar, his technique, his alignment, his process, adjudication of how he goes through his things. I think this time we can actually double check ourselves as well. Help the touch judges because we have got a full view. Beautiful strike. I think now we can see everything, not converted for the first time. So clearly, must have had too many oranges there. It's Keegan Levu. Yeah, I can see he's not happy with that. He's a man with high standards. And have to catch it. One thing has really been a problem for him so far is the kick receipt. It's a treasure. We're going to go deep, going to go flat. I think it's best to go deep. That gives an opportunity to Pirates as well. One thing has really been a negative in coach's eyes here would be the kick receipts. It's really been not that great. But have managed to make something out of nothing from those kicks, which I suppose is a positive we'll take out of it. The scoreboard speaks for itself. Let's see where Treasure Hour gets ready to go. Vangelis is counting him down. He goes high, goes deep. Well taken there from the replacement scrum of Hammer. Estrazen and gives it back to the... Oh! Dropped it cold. Which is unfortunate. I think they were going again. Kevin Levu was ready to get kicking. Unfortunately, the fullback, Devon Brown, dropped it ice cold. Like a cold can of Casalaga. Like the crowd are having here currently. Certainly it's going to be even sweeter with the weather changing to their benefit. Time to feed now for the Chiefs. Come to Fiji for Sfiso Dlozi. Dlozi was getting ready to tap and go. Usually you just throw it back to the number 8 to tap and to be closer, but he feels it's a lot quicker to gather fast. I think Kevin Durant might have left field here. Been replaced by Rinus Botma. Not much changes happening here on the Chiefs side. Great opportunity for them to be actually attacking in the 22, but a reverse scrum. Oh, it's an absolute pulverizing. Quick take there. There's a reinforcements have come on the big man on the right hand side. Wearing jersey number 3, Snays in Parker. He takes some solid. Take 2 to take him out, but he managed to get a ball away. Estresen gets it away. Some reinforcements coming in, and 6 and 7 comes in again. The man who was supposed to go Snays in Parker actually gets on again. The ball has been held up, but actually, unfortunately, he isolated himself, the big winger. Parker. September, the bit of a back chat there from the Raven. Obviously, guy's not happy. Oh, la la la. He says, no, I haven't given the mark yet. He's losing. Osfiso Dlozi just wanted to get going, which is unfortunate. Beautiful counter-attack there from the Pirates rugby team. Unfortunately, came on stuck here, but just being impatient. And obviously having a scoreboard looking like that, everyone probably sees some lights, some whiteland fever all over the show. But this time, unfortunately, they were able not to convert. Usually it's been the case every time they got away with points. Usually the case when the teams get changed, the structure and the stability, the continuity tends to be disrupted as well. Beautiful kick there from Aiwa. Certainly get some purchase on that kick, a massive one. Almost close 22 to 22. That's a put and a half, we might say. Just getting there slowly but surely is the home team. Giving enough time here for the Pirates to realign themselves. Libo Guess is also on the field. Rinus Botma, I think the coach might have thrown in the whole pack of forwards backing up. And certainly Duncan Delport is probably one guy I haven't seen here, but the Lekan gets the ball. Dummies one, shows, keep it up, pump his legs at the reserve hooker. Certainly getting some meters there going. A ball needs to come out. It quickly comes. Hammer Estresen gives it. Levu gets it. Terrible take there. Oh no, he is on. Everyone is on at the moment. Even Duncan Delport is on. Coaches decided to throw the whole bench. Maybe that's the reason why we're having such a stop-start-go situation now. Maybe they need about 10-15 minutes to get going, get those engines rowing. At this point in time, just a mere skill shortage in terms of finishing a beautiful orchestrated job there. Some of them better than others. And certainly, a scrum has been something to marvel here if you're a Pirate supporter, because certainly putting Chiefs on some ice skates, might have had snow once in a while, but today it looks like when it's scrum time, someone puts on their scrum skates. Because at this point in time, they need to get that channel 1. I think that channel 1 from closing needs to go straight to number 8. Number 8 needs to keep one hand free, so the ball gets to his feet, he picks it up and go. Let's see if the timing is going to be perfect again. Oh, la 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 la. Just slightly over eager. Is the Chiefs. When going like it was going currently, certainly I wouldn't be in a hurry to get going anyway. Instead, let Pirates infringe and give us freebies, free kicks to get out of this trouble, because this is certainly the trouble in the making. The man who's scrumming on the Lucid side now. It is Mvangeli. Simang has left the building, or they've swapped, trying to stabilize. Maybe having the big man in the middle might help the situation. Let's see if it works. Channel 1. Mvangeli does a beautiful hit, but the scrum gets stuck in the middle. Ball channel 1 is out. Rosie gets it. Iowa gets it, and obviously the guys were retreating. Coming in from the middle, there's a center favor. But Nong comes in to assess. A man with a serious work rate as well as young man Tsepo Nong. He certainly, for a winger, has got too much happening in terms of engine and capacity. What a hit there from the replacement Botma. But unfortunately not 10, and then obviously not waiting for the ref to get back. Trying to put pressure. Oh! Closey does well, send Baker a delivery message, and Baker bought it. But unfortunately, Tamisic and a right winger comes in there. Jersey 24 certainly have come in and which I don't have Kolisa Masasum Halushe, who might have been given something. I think Vangeli must have taken over as captain because he's having a bit of a jet. Not taken over, but the captain is still on the field. But I suppose the man who's talking to the ref most of the time, and Msimang having his gasket fuming as well. And I think they're trying to milk one here, but probably Huete is not buying it. That tackle was not that bad, guys. It was a bit of a high for late, but certainly was not that bad. Even the ice was not even required, making the medic guy running and off quickly. But they're gonna tap and go. They don't wanna go for first phase. Closey says, listen, can we go? Iowa gets it. Who's he gonna give to? Gives it a big number 8. Number 8 runs into space. Beautiful run there from Amabolo to the cleaners. Halusha gets it, giving some Simango. Simango gets in, mad ankle tackle. And certainly the textbook stuff from Botma. Certainly the textbook stuff, and then dislodging the ball in contact. I think they might have slightly knocked it on. Or no, they kept it. I think the first recipient, first arrival, must have got a technique wrong in trying to raise the ball. That ball was actually absolutely well tackled. Was a big man Freedom Simango there. Leg tackle, connected his ankles. It dropped like an ESCOM switch on a load shedding day today. With that pass as well, it certainly lands very hard. But he's back in the middle again. Him and Vangile have sword position. Looks like things have got better. Let's see now if that ball is going to come out again. Channel 1 is the better one. I think there was a better one that whole week, all day, and then that ball gets stuck again. The scrum is coming. Oh, that ball is a bit shuffling. Gets taken over. Oh! Replacement was not ready for that. Geza. He probably gathered his hands here before trying to pick up that ball, but he managed to get it anyway. Because I think the scrum has already been awarded to Paris for a good effort. The Bakers is certainly having a full day in the scrum in the second half, having ran himself to a pulp in the first half, still having that energy to scrum like he just got onto the field. I suppose it does help when you have a man coming on and causing some havoc here. One Van Niekerk certainly laying it thick, laying the hammer down. Now they need to now calculate very nicely what they're going to do with this situation. They've got to scrum just right off the upright. They can decide to go 8-9-14. This distance is going to be 21, 22, or 21, 23. 8-21, 23 coming back. 8-21, 23. Thing is a game plan. Where's it? Does it bring him in? Beautiful take there from the right winger, Mampanga. What? Pass is full. No? Said thank you, I won't need you. Captain, see you later. And it's going to be a breeze for the big right winger. Certainly, I think he must make all his practices anyway. He will be able to start as well. Certainly, with that space, I wouldn't want to run into that man. I mean, Treasure Iowa was praying to some miracle to be able to make that tackle. Let's have a look. He certainly was trying to take a staff on the pass, was on full tilt. Buying his time, upright, boom. Pass is full, young man. Catch another one. Letlapa, here's your chance. Bye-bye. My goodness, he flew off like he flew off a tree. Beautiful try there from the replacement winger. Certainly coming in to make a statement and making it easier for Levu as well. My goodness, that's what we've been waiting for, but it took a bit of a while in the second half, a whole 15 minutes to get that excitement again from Pirates. But I'm glad it's back. And obviously the game plan. People are trying to get a staff on a, what you call it, that can be a VR6. Because I mean, it's got some serious power as well. Must be a V8 with them turbos, double turbos there. Beautiful rider from the big guy. And certainly, I mean, the coach said there was a bit of early shuffle. Let's see if Levu's gonna get this one. Easy does it, Tiger. And the score tickles again. One guy's got a lot of running to do today. Was the little man carrying the T with a jersey number 9. He's certainly gonna be fit today. And certainly enjoying himself getting that T on every opportunity he gets. Hopefully he's picking up some tips how to kick as well. Snezi Mpanka getting over there. Snetemba is his full name. They call him Snezi among his teammates, and which is an easier name to operate with as well. Certainly does move smoothly. Treasure Highway. After recovery of being offloaded, Simon does a quick, but it doesn't make 10. Only Paris guy on is Siabonga. Makondra. It looked like he's replacing Vangeli. I need to double check. Yeah, Vangeli has really been instrumental since coming onto the Lucid side. Things have been a bit stable, but doesn't mean things have been better. But I need to now recycle and see who's going to come in. You're telling me this big man, Siabonga, who's almost tall as a lock, is going to go to hooker? I think it's just going to get worse. Unless they just shuffle around again and take Patrick Fitzgerald to hooker and take Smango to right wing. And Vangeli is definitely coming off, not happy with his hands. Walking off, which is a good thing, just put an injury in his hands. Let's see how the reshuffling happens now. Yeah, the big man is going to be scrumming down on the right-hand side, Siabonga. Makondra. And Fitzgerald moves into hooker. Let's see if things are going to get any better. I'm sure one guy